Hello, folks. It's Fandango Friday. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Liqueur Reviews. James P. Madonna with Progressive Discussion. He's back. He's back. And he's aggravated, but we're not going to get into that. But it's just an example of incompetence. But anyway, he's going to start.
Today's retail employee, generally, today's American employee incompetence, and in this case, in the liquor industry. But anyway. And we're off. Fandango Friday is here, and I'm back. Now, take it away. Hi-yo, Ronald J. Terrio.
I'll be right there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'll be right there. I'll be right there. I want to show people something. We're gonna add beverage ramble. Just hold tight, beverage ramble. Now I want to show y'all something. These are two separate cans, right?
Yeah.
What do you notice? What do you notice about these two separate cans?
Well, one looks wider than the other.
No, they're the same product. If I ask a beer or a liquor store to send me 5 different products and 2 of them come out like this, we've got a problem. Because
they're supposed to contact you and say, Mr. Ronald Terrio, we are out of such and such.
Hey James, how you doing? At first, when I saw the cans, I thought maybe there was a bigger size can. Maybe I thought it was a 32 ounce or whatever, or more.
The one on Ronald's left, honestly, looked like a bigger.
I had them further apart on accident. Yeah. But what the point I was trying to make is those are 2 separate cans, but they're the same product.
Well, it'd be nice to contact the customer and say, "Look, is there an alternative, a substitute that you would like? Because we're out of product X, and that would be the right thing to do. Not send you a duplicate like they did."
Secor is going to expect a phone call from you, Mr. T.
No. What happened? No, I'm using that as an example. James P. Madonna, who's been having trouble getting liquor brands. He ordered 5 separate brands, but they sent him 4 separate brands in 5 bottles. So 2 of the bottles were identical.
Why would I want a duplicate of an airline bottle? These are meant for Fandango Friday. It's ridiculous. And I filed the complaint with Drizzly. I'm always there's always a problem with the liquor stores around here. They got like these people that barely speak English, if any, and they just take it upon themselves to do what they want. I mean, I don't collect airline bottles for my private interest.
Yeah, James is not doing this for fun and profit.
It's all about just Fandango Friday.
They're Fandango bottles. Anyway, the weather is absolutely crisp and lovely. Autumn is here finally.
Same here. It's beautiful here today here in Georgia, Atlanta area. Nice crisp weather.
It's only 90 degrees and humid here. Now, I'm in Louisiana. with Louisiana liqueur reviews, James P. Madonna's with Progressive Discussions, and Beverage Rambles in Georgia with Beverage Ramble. Now, I have the party bucket. I have 4 bottles left, but don't worry because I got 20 more on that. You saw me show that tray with the 20 bottles. All right, so we're going to shake it up. Open it, not look. Pull the first thing I see or feel. Uh-oh. Well, let me adjust my name tonight.
Louisiana liquor reviews.
Yeah, we're gonna fix that problem right now. Or like Steinman would say, right now.
Right? unless you do Louisiana liquor and liqueur, you know, with the ampersand.
So I just pulled Ellington Reserve, Canadian blended whiskey, and it is aged 8 years. And I got this for 99 cents. And I was at Total Wine and More. And I told the lady, this is a funny story about customer service in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I told the lady, I said, I have the Ellington Reserve 8 year. Do you have the regular Ellington Reserve, the standard product? Oh, no, we don't have it. Her voice got kind of loud. I said, okay, about a 48-year-old woman, you know, middle-aged.
No, she don't want to look for it.
So I said, okay. So I went and did my shopping. When I come back to check out, I said, you know what? Let me go check that tray again. I went back over there and checked the tray. The regular is pushed all behind the 8 year. So I went and I pulled them all out in order and I lined them up for her. And when I saw the lady, I said, oh, hey, you got it. It was behind the 8 year. And she said, oh, thanks so much. I'm so sorry. I said, oh, it's no big deal. And I wanted to say, I mean, who could expect you to look behind the other bottles? Because it's such an effort, you know.
Yeah,
and I'm the same way, Jay. When I go to some of these stores, I'm the same way. But you know, I'm not going to bring situations, but you know, I just know that they'll be like, you know, well, hey, what is he doing? What is he doing? You know, Well, you got this here, back
customers,
there. The price is there. You got something back there. This is the price for this one, sir. This is the price for that one, ma'am. You know. Oh, okay. And they'll be and they look so foolish when you show them something like, you know, ooh, oh, all right, and you know, like I said,
Now, what was James saying? Customer what?
Customers never put things back exactly to where they find them anyway. So you always have to look in the back behind, you know, and do what Ronald did.
It was so hard. It took about 12 seconds. Here's fine Canadian whiskey, which I've never had in my life, y'all. It's aged 8 years. It's a premium imported whiskey, Canadian tradition. There's no website, of course. It says, finely distilled and aged to perfection in charred oak barrels for 8 years. This aging processes a mellow, they put it so small, you got to be a mellow, smooth flavor for the discerning whiskey connoisseur. It's 80 proof, 40% alcohol, and it is produced by a company called
bad.
Ellington Reserve. But I did my research about Ellington Reserve, and I come to find out there is no such company. It's just a name, and it's owned by anyone.
Let me see. Did I do a tour with this with two guys in Louisiana?
You did. It's actually a brand produced by Sazerac of New Orleans, Mr. William Goldring. So anyway, on the bottle here, it says the company is called, I can barely see it. It's so faint. It's called Ellington Whiskey Company. Sure. Okay. So I'll pour it. It's what color is that? Amber, dark amber.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I say, I can't give you a website because none exists. So it might be only available at trade. It's probably only available at Total Wine. It's probably just a contract between Sazerac and Total Wine, which is fine. It's fine. You know, I don't care. All right. Okay, so that's what it looks like. James, Jean-Pierre is renovating his house right now. But anyway, kind of a strange time. Kind of a strange time to renovate your house. But anyway, smells nice. I'll get back to it. You know, it's going to smell like whiskey now. James P. Madonna is going to bring in a surprising product because I probably never heard of it. But
no, you've heard of it. I mean, it's so the alcohol percentage is so tiny. I can only guess at what I can see with the magnifying glass. But I got the Dewar's White Label.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's what you brought?
Yes. Man. Great minds think alike. Hey, we could do a duo, man. Duo review. It's all good.
A duo Dewar's.
Yes.
It says here blended Scotch whiskey, white label, true Scotch, whatever the hell that means. It's, I guess, I don't think there's fake Scotch, but
no, not legally, not legally.
No, it's established 1846. Dewar's. In 1899, a year after production commenced at the Dewar's new distillery, Aberfeldy A.G. Cameron created the now iconic Dewar's White Label. And then I guess it's 120 years, over the next 120 years, blah, blah, blah. I could read the rest later. Let me pour it. I think it says 45 alcohol. It's like, it's so tiny.
Yeah, 80, 40.
Oh, it is 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it in the freezer. And it's a little lighter in color than Ronald's. Actually quite a bit lighter. It's a light golden amber. And it smells like Scotch, but it has a very mild scent, but you can smell the wood, the oak, and the smokiness. I'm assuming from the peat moss. Very pleasant, very smooth, but that's what you would expect from a famous company like this.
James, are you getting a little honey, or so smell a little bit of pear or citrus in this? I'm not getting any of that.
No, I'm not getting any of that either.
That's their tasting notes. Look, their flavor notes, or they say flavor notes: citrus, pear, and honey.
Yeah, citrus, pear, and honey, and I don't get either of the three. I really don't. I just get a lot of smokiness and a very smooth malty flavor. But it's light. I mean, this particular one, it's light, so it'll be good for making highballs and other cocktails that Scotch is used for. And then they have the original highball. Yeah, was born 1892 in New York. Tommy Dewar asked for the original highball to be made, and it says something here about Japanese bartenders of Japan. Unique smoothness, refreshing taste, which it does have. But as far as like what Jean-Pierre said about the pear and honey and citrus, I don't get that. I don't know.
I'm looking at some of the other recipes that they have. There's the Tommy Mule, the double fashion, with the twist of orange and the royal nectar.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a great Scotch, but it's lighter than some of the others that were aged longer, and the single malts. But I would say this particular one, they don't mention how long it's aged. So I'm going to say this is the one you would use for the cocktails.
Yeah, it's 3 years. It's a 3-year age.
Yeah, which is drop in the bucket for Scotch whiskey. For high quality Scotch whiskey is a drop in a bucket, drop in a barrel in this case. So this would be ideal for the cocktails or highballs.
Yes, and by the way, Dewar's White Label is the best-selling Scotch whiskey in the United States. That's a fact.
Dewar's White Label.
I agree, Wings. Oh, and by the way, Dewar's is also produced under a royal warrant as an official whiskey to the royal family of England and Scotland, King Charles III. Seems kind of strange to say that. But
yes, he the man who squeezed the hand gave Meghan Markle an affectionate squeeze of her hand. I don't know if that was welcome to the family or that he was hitting on her, but either way wouldn't surprise me. He's the one that was married to the late Diana. I mean, he's not he's not pleasing to the eyeball. Let's put it that way. Now, look at the show. Do a close up of that big fat cigar he's got there. Look at that. You like the in that mobster movie when he's making spaghetti sauce in the federal prison. What was that? And the cigar the ashes were dangling over the sauce.
I know. That was the pizzeria guy when I was in New Jersey, and I did some, in college. Doing some, doing food delivery, takeout taxi. This is like before Uber Eats and all that stuff, which, there's stuff like that. But the guy, he would be smoking and he had this big long ash and a cigarette, the chef. And it's like, damn, dude, what you doing?
All right. So now Mr. Don King will give us his,
Don King that got a buzz cut.
Yeah. So
yeah, that changes style.
Well, he says he saw the Holy Spirit. That's why his hair got that way. I mean, that's what he said.
So so this is the story. I had bought a bottle of this, and I've seen this around forever. Dewar's were always viewed as the upper echelon Scotch. I guess for me, and my dad would get this, from time to time. Special occasions, whatever, especially during the holidays. So I bought this for my dad when I was on the cruise ship back in 2008. I bought him big 2 bottles and I shipped it up to him, up to New Jersey when I was living in Mobile. And he said, "Oh, son, thank you so much because I haven't had this in a long time. Thank you for the gift." And and the people I had worked with, my last company I worked with, going through, dumping stuff, and I just did this big bottles of the Dewar's. So, so Scotch, I have it, but I don't consume it a lot. I like bourbon, I like whiskey and bourbon. I mean, I like bourbon, I like rum. But this is that smokiness, as you mentioned, James. Again, I'm not getting into those notes they're talking about, flavor notes of the pear and the citrus and the honey, but.
Yeah, it's like, what it's like with these.
It's going down smooth. Not too bad.
It's real smooth.
Nothing fancy. Obviously, going good with my cigar. I worked a long week. I'm tired. Hey, I deserve one. So,
I mean, what these websites are doing, putting these
it's not bad.
flavors in there, reminds me of an art. What do you call art connoisseurs? You know, one man's garbage is another man's masterpiece. You know, they just like
exactly. So, and looking at all the cocktails, the one that really kind of jumps out to me that I would love to do that is that Tommy Mule. And I know a lot of these mixed drinks now are in cans now, and you go to the package stores.
Right, already prepackaged.
Yeah, it's good, but I would like to do an original. You know, why not? Let's do something little. Hey, let's do it by hand. Remember, we used to make stuff by hand. You know, so, but double fashion. But yeah, this is is good. I got a good deal on this. It was $1.29, and then the lady said if $1.29 you can get two more for $1. So I said sure.
All right. Yeah, four for $1. Why not? 25 cents a bottle.
If that's the case, then let it be airline bottles then.
Exactly. And again, folks, if you're watching, this is for Fandango Friday entertainment purposes. We are not heavy drinkers of this stuff.
No.
No, we're not like
I don't consume these beers every day. These are just beers I review, not consume.
Or whiskeys.
We're not like those other shows where they use the live stream program as a way to hang out and guzzle booze and get intoxicated every night.
I am a corny guy, working man. I'm drinking Natural Light, which I love. I don't care what people say about it. Say it's trailer park or a hood stuff. I don't care. It's a good refreshing beer.
Well, if you like it, I guess that's what counts.
And at the end of the day, that's what means, yeah.
Okay, so y'all have a product from the Kingdom of Scotland of Charles III, and I have a product of the Dominion of Canada of Charles III because he's the King of Canada also. And I was watching CBS News. I believe it was CBS News. They had a guy that used to work for the palace, and he was saying, they were showing how every night he had to have exactly an inch of toothpaste on his toothbrush. And the water had to be filled in the bathtub, and it had to be tepid. That was the temperature. And they were saying, now I don't know if this is true, but the man, he said he used to work for the palace. And he said his pajamas had to be ironed before he went to bed. And in the morning, his shoelaces had to be ironed so that they were flat. So they would iron each shoelace.
Shoelaces iron, okay.
And then the man said one time he got a call from way upstairs in the office, and it was Prince Charles saying, I think his name was Robert. He said, Robert, I had a letter from the Queen and it fell off the desk.
Pick it up for me.
Into the wastebasket. So the man said, all right. So he had to go way up the stairs and pick it up out the wastebasket and put it back on the desk. All right.
I bet he has staff to scrub his back in the bathtub and wash his anus or something.
So it was a funny report, and then somebody was laughing and saying, "Oh, he's lucky he didn't have a Caribbean woman being his caretaker."
Well, you know the royal.
Oh no! There's only one king but Jesus. There's only one king but Jesus. You're going to pull that paper out the basket on your own.
You know the royal family. They're probably the worst welfare cheats in the history of moochers.
No, but they pay. But for the last 30 years, they paid taxes. Of course,
really?
They pay. Yeah, but they pay taxes to the government, of whom they are the head of. So, who are they paying taxes to?
Themselves.
Still involved with Jamaica? the British Isles, are they still, well, Jamaica, are they still the king of that?
Yes.
That,
I was watching the Jamaican. I was watching the Jamaican news reports, and they went out there and looked at that stuff, and they had a special report about it. Okay, but anyway,
hey,
Claude Diamond is joining us from somewhere in America at this point.
now I'm in Winter Park, Colorado. Last week I was in North Carolina.
Okay. The Rocky Mountains. All
oh,
right.
it's beautiful here.
He's like Johnny Rivers. He's a traveling man. All right, now, but Claude, hold on. Before you do your expose, I'm gonna do because I've been waiting to do this thing, and I'm not getting anywhere. All right, so I'm gonna taste it, smell it, and taste it, and then I'm not gonna take a long time. Yeah, it smells like charred oak, wood. Smells nice. Corn, get grains, cereal beans, nothing new shock there. Cheers for taste.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, but yeah, Jean, Jamaica is still a realm. They call it a realm. Okay, it tastes like vanilla. It tastes like sweet cereal beans, charred oak. The thing about Canadian whiskey is really not that different from bourbon, but they can't call it bourbon because it's not from the United States. But Canadian whiskey is mostly corn, and bourbon's mostly corn, and they use rye and malt, and bourbon use rye and malt. The only big difference is that typically bourbon is aged in new charred oak barrels, and Canadian whiskey is typically aged in used barrels. That's not a rule. Canadian whiskey, they can put in new charred oak barrels if they'd like, which is tasting like this one, tasting like that's what the body's medium, the finish is like medium long. Well, I think Ellington Reserve you could get for about $6 or $7 cheaper than Crown Royal, maybe $3, $4 cheaper. And I would say, yeah, well, extra money for Crown Royal when you're basically paying for the name, when you could get Ellington Reserve. Now, it's like we would call it an off-brand. So you're going to bring it to a party and people are going to say, what? John knows about this. What's Ellington Reserve? And it doesn't matter what you try to whatever you try to tell them. If you tell them, well, this is aged 8 years in charred oak. Yeah, but I never heard of that. And I've had people actually tell me this in a grocery store before. I'm not going to try that because it's probably bad. And I tell them, have you had it before? No, I never tried the brand, but it's probably bad. I say, that's a unique way to base your evaluation. Right. So you're going to base your evaluation on a product and you're going to call it bad, but you actually never tried it. So that's incredible. Well, I like this a lot. And I at least theoretically buy a full-size bottle, but I'm going to give it a good score in a little while. Now, Claude's going to bring in something. I don't know what he's going to bring, a liquor or a liqueur. I don't know.
Well, little story here. Normally, this is my go-to cheapo tequila. I like tequila. And good old Jose Cuervo. It is not, it says agave and everything, but it's not 100%. It's a partial agave on it, but it's very drinkable. It's very mixable. It's good stuff. But I had a little bit of luck. I'm a sales trainer. I got a new client. I made a sale, and that is the second best feeling in the world. Somebody explain it to JPM.
But I know what the first best feeling is.
Thank God. Okay, good. So,
well, aside from winning the Mega Millions, that might be number one, actually. 1, 2, and 3.
We're gonna have a long talk later. Anyway, went to my favorite store in Colorado. There's a store called Applejack's. It's in Denver. It's one of these huge mega stores, and they had Epsilon tequila, 100% puro agave, on sale for $21.95. Usually it's about $10, $15 more. And if you like good tequila, this is very good. Have you guys seen what's gone on with tequila? The prices I mean, it's amazing. Tequila used to be the cheapest drink in the world, and now it's you can spend hundreds of dollars on some of these tequilas.
If you're lucky to find a deal, good luck. But yeah, everything is up.
And really nice. I love, Ron and I love these nice wooden with a real cork. I really like that. I had a question for you guys. I've never seen this before. There is a date on the top of the bottle. Is that a production date? 3/22, 9/3/22. You guys have any idea what that is?
Yeah, it's probably something in March of 2022 at around 4 p.m. or something like that. Yeah.
Is that a production date, Jay? Oops.
I bought probably.
I don't know, we're getting a little bit of a freeze.
Anybody out there in Milky Way galaxy?
Okay, so anyway, I have the color is beautiful. It's a reposado, a little lighter colored. The smell is just pure tequila, and I'll keep this short. Salute.
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 I roll it around a little. It's smooth. It's none of that bite like a really bad tequila. It's even got a little sweet aftertaste to it. It's just if you're a tequila aficionado, it is amazing to me. You go to liquor stores now; they have aisles of tequila. When did it become so popular? I mean, it's crazy now. But it's a delightful drink. It's a smooth drink, and it's good old Epsilon. The pack, it's got a Dia de la Muerta, the Day of the Dead. Really neat little design on the bottle. I love.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
On it, and it's got that nice little slow burn. You guys know the little burn that you get sometimes. It's good. It's just a good celebratory Friday night Fandango Friday tequila.
It's a good burn, not like acid reflux.
Yeah. No, it's the good burn. And since I'm in Colorado, I will wash it down with what else do you drink in Colorado? A good old Coors Banquet. Still a great beer, great value.
Yeah, I'm washing. I got good old natural light tonight.
No Natty Daddy. Can't find the Natty Daddy, huh?
Oh, we get Natty Daddy here, but I'm taking it easy.
Now you guys are from Jersey. I'm from Hopatcong, New Jersey.
Montclair.
And you guys are Jersey guys too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Bergen County.
Essex County, Montclair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from Lodi. I'm in Edgewater now.
Like I moved from New York City when I was a kid to Hopatcong, New Jersey, where there's more cows than people.
There's a lake there that's with the homes all around it.
Lake Hopatcong, yeah.
Lake Hopatcong. Off Route 46.
Exit. Or what's the Jersey answer? Exit 28 off Route 80, right?
Then there's Bud Lake. Bud Lake is not really that far. Randolph, Bud Lake.
Yep, all Sussex and Morris County. Washington has slept all over the place. There's all little places that Washington slept during the Revolutionary War. There's the hey, thank you for pulling up the webpage there, Jay.
Yeah, I had that before, Claude. A friend of mine, I was, dating. We're no longer date, but she brought that bottle, and I sipped on it. It was pretty good. That's a good tequila. She got a deal on it. I don't know how, but she got a deal.
I've had very expensive tequila. I had the the one in the blue and white bottle, Azul, some tequila. Azul is blue in Spanish, and it's like $350 a bottle. I've had it. It's fantastic tequila. Is it worth $330 more than this? No. Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful artwork. Damn, that'd be nice to hang in your home.
Oh yeah. Nice look. Nice pictures. Nice web page. Makes you want to have a margarita.
Yeah, with some big plate of enchiladas too.
Oh yeah. And I love just going to a liquor store, seeing what's on sale, and hopefully it's something. Maybe it's something new I want to try. I've never tried before. And this was the one on sale at Applejack's.
All right, so yeah, we showed that tequila, and that I would like to try it, of course, but I've never had it, and
Here, I'll send it to you virtually.
The website was slowing. No, I can get it. I can get it here. The website was slowing my internet connection down, but now we're going to go to James to give a score for his Dewar's White Label, the #1 selling Scotch whiskey in America.
All right. Well, to make a comment on tequila, I think the popularity of tequila, this is only a hunch, it could be connected to the skyrocketing popularity of Mexican food in the United States and hot sauce. So maybe the whole Mexican fad just brought in tequila with everything. I mean, it's only a
yeah. I think you're on to something. I think you're on to something.
It's only a hunch because right after Mexican food, all of a sudden there's a hot sauce craze with Americans, and now
Texas Pete, Frank's Hots, Tabasco, Louisiana.
Cholula.
Trappies, Red Devil. I have a big bottle of that. Trappies. It's good for the trapezius
Yeah,
muscle.
I love trappies.
But anyway, I'm going to give for what it is. I mean, aged. It's blended Scotch whiskey, aged for 3 years, compared to the Imperial blended Scotch whiskey that I brought one time, aged for 12 years, and I'm sure it's cheaper than the Dewar's. So, I mean, if I wanted a low price Scotch, I would probably go with the Imperial for 12 years. I mean, as a mixer.
I forgot. You know what? I forgot to give my score, and I'll go back to that. But if you want to give more descriptors of that Scotch, feel free.
No.
I kind of got confused.
No. Well, no, I don't have much to say. As far as hey, Masumi, good morning. Good morning to you, Masumi. It is now 8:09 a.m. Saturday in Tokyo. All right. As far as the other flavors go, just like what Jean-Pierre said, I don't get them. The citrus, the pear, and the honey. I don't taste those. So I'm going to give this a 90% out of 100. And like I said, for 3 years, I'm sure this costs more than Imperial, the big bottle, or John Silver, one of those other. Yeah, but yeah.
I'm gonna give mine a 90. I'm gonna give mine a 94 because mine is really good, but it is 8 years instead of 3. Let's see. So you're saying 90? That's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Well, 90 because it's the Dewar's, but also 90 because it's only 3 years.
You're paying for the name now. See, you get the Imperial, that off brand. But it's aged 12 years. You're getting a value there, Now, Jean is going to give his score. We're going to do promos later. I gave Bibulus Brian the link. Bibulus, you got the link. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, this is pretty good. Kind of piggybacking what James just said. I think this is a really good product. Again, none of the things they describe is not in this whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm going to go maybe one up, 91 out of 100. So this is a good Scotch. What was that show? What was that guy name? Is Johnny Walker considered a Scotch whiskey too?
Blended
Scotch.
Blended,
Okay.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I was watching one of the Tom Selleck, the detective Jesse Stone, and he's a former cop. He goes to Paradise, Massachusetts, and he likes his scotch nice and neat. And I think it was the Johnny Walker he was consuming. So, but my dad likes his. He doesn't buy it a lot, but he likes his. Yes.
And Jean.
Yes.
He also said that a reverse mortgage is not a scheme to take away your house.
Don't you think that Johnny Walker is just too smoky? It's just so smoky.
No, I love the smoke. I love the smoke.
Yeah, those commercials. I mean, come on, Magnum, you got to do better than that doing those commercials. But anyway, I get what you're saying.
I think whatever offers he gets, it's money,
Yeah. So
gonna advertise next.
LifeLock, right?
If you ever go to someone's house and they have a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, try it. It's amazing.
I have a bottle.
That how much did you paid a lot? Did you pay what, $200 for it or something like that?
Yeah, $226 plus tax.
Whoa.
That's a lot of money for a blended whiskey, isn't it?
Wait, quick question, Jay and Claude. I don't know, and James, I think you and I agree. I think some of the Costco's don't do this. I think those Costco's up there in New Jersey have these private liquor stores, whatever. But I know Costco, in Louisiana, and I'm sure throughout your travels, Claude, obviously try some of their Kirkland stuff. It's quite good.
Oh, Kirkland's excellent.
Kirkland whiskey, vodka. Someone told me I don't do. They will tell you no spirits, no clear liquor for me. But everybody likes their clear vodka. People like they got a bourbon that's pretty decent.
Their whiskey is good. Their blended whiskey is very good. It's a Canadian blended whiskey from Kirkland. It's a good buy.
Yeah, and Jay, I didn't know if you have ever done a Dawn Busters or a challenge with those brands at all. I'm sorry, Clark. Go ahead. Give your score.
Oh, my score. I give the Espolòn tequila. I give it an A+, a solid 95. I think it's a great value for. I got it on sale for $21.95. It's a first class tequila. It's a lot less money than some of the other more pricier tequilas that are out. I mean, I went down this double tequila aisle the other day, and I mean, some of them are starting at $40, $50. They're going up to hundreds of dollars, and I don't think they're that much better than this. And this is just very drinkable. This is for someone who likes pure tequila, 100% agave. This is not. Do not use this in your margarita mix. This is for people who seriously like a nice neat shot of tequila. It's very good. If you want to do your mixing, this is where you go. Okay, you can get a big old bottle like that for $17, $18, a 1.75 liter. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with this if you use it for what it's intended.
I like it. Yeah, I like it, but it's not a sipper.
It's not a sipper. It's a mixer tequila. It's very smooth. It's got the flavor. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than these other tequilas. I think it's mixed with some kind of grain alcohol or something. It's not 100% agave. They kind of lure you in.
I think they're using sugarcane as the filler.
Yeah. I don't know if most people read the labels. That's the one thing I want to thank you, Jay. You bring out, bringing out reading the labels on beer and things like that, reading the ingredients, what they use. I think that's the key. Know what you're drinking.
And you know what, Claude and guys, and maybe y'all will agree. Everybody will say, well, they look at that price. Oh, 21. I don't know. This may not be a good product. And sometimes that's not always the case. It's pretty good.
You're saying, You're saying 95, Claude?
I'm giving a solid 95 for value, for drinkability, for quality. I'm big on packaging. I think a picture tells a story. I like an interesting package. I like a nice, Ron, you were talking about it a little while ago about the caps, you know, real wood, real cork and stuff like that. I like the presentation, you know, on a bottle. I think you can tell a book by its cover sometimes.
Yeah, show it again one more time.
Sure. It's a nice little wooden. It's not, I don't know if that's real cork or not. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
neoprene. Yeah, neoprene. Rubber.
But it
Rubber,
works.
yeah.
It works. And
yeah, show the label. Show the label.
100% pure.
Yeah.
This is what you got to look for, the 100%. Okay,
pure agave.
Yeah. This is what you want to look for.
But mixed, the ones that have the additive, they're called mixed toes. Mixed toes are popular. It doesn't make it not a tequila. Mixed toe is a type of tequila. So it's just they use sugarcane as the filler, and that's why it's cheaper. All they do is take the sugar and they ferment it into alcohol. So there's no sugar in the final product. It's just the alcohol, you know.
If in a blind taste test, these two would be easy to distinguish. But if you mixed in another one, I might embarrass myself and pick this. You know, if I had if I had 3 tequilas in a blind taste test, I might pick this one. Okay, like if I had a Centenario or one of the other ones, because it's very drinkable. It's very smooth. It's got a sweet aftertaste. It just doesn't have the power of a pure 100%.
No. Okay. Now, here's the part. Here's the part where we go to the promos, and so we're going to close it out now. And I hope everybody can join next week, and I hope James can get this dummy head company to get their mistakes straight. You know, but
yeah, what are you going to do? They're all the imbeciles. Knuckleheads.
Yeah, the funny thing about it. The funny thing about it is a little bit of effort only takes a little bit of effort. Tomorrow morning at dawn, I have 2 Irish whiskeys. We're closing out the Irish thing tomorrow, but I have a famous one called Bushmills, one of the top selling brands in the world.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Aged 5 years. It's from British controlled Northern Ireland, still part of the realm, and it's going up against an outlier. Let's say it, an outlier, Kavanaugh, which is loved by dozens of people around the planet. You know, okay, so it's an off-brand. Nobody ever heard of Kavanaugh, but I got a deal on it, and I have to say, Kavanaugh doing pretty well. You know, there's about 5 Kavanaugh products. There's the single grain, single malt. There's the port cask finish. This is the basic one. But I have had trouble with this one. This one has been punching above its weight. You know, you buy this, it's supposed to get whipped every time, right? It was every time. But it's been whipped half the time, which has got me shocked. So I'm very excited about that. Wednesday is beers for Oktoberfest. So any Oktoberfest beer Wednesday is going to work. Don't bring Bud Light because I don't know how you can make that argument. Yeah, next Friday. I have to go. Hold on. Next Friday. Yes. Go ahead. Next Friday is I might add. Next Friday is Fandango Friday, and then we also every Sunday we have Stout Sunday. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Stouts and porter.
10:30 in the morning, but Stouts and porters, and then but hold on a second.
He had Tullamore Dew against that Kavanaugh the other night, and God, I love Tullamore Dew. I mean, that's fine Irish whiskey.
Poor little Orangey. Look like poor Orangey got sick, so I got to go take care of her in a minute. Here's something for Jean. I did a review of this, Jean.
Yes. The infamous Spring Creek Pink Moscato. Yeah. The Spring Creek label brand.
Anyway, that's about. Whoa, damn.
What
So
is this?
That's about it for me. Yeah, I knocked the bottle over. I was scared it broke. So that's about it for. What the hell?
Here it comes. Here it comes. Naked Jay or George Dickel. Oh, another one.
Oh, wow. What's that? Okay. Kincaid Rum Cream. All right.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Gambino's Bakery. Joe Gambino.
Oh, man.
Hey, by the way, speaking of, I'm looking forward to seeing that Sylvester Stallone, The Mob in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Tulsa Mr. Joseph Gambino. Yeah, Mr. Joseph Gambino started a bakery in the New Orleans area in 1949. I grew up seeing this bakery. The bakery's still open. Other people try to open competing bakeries, but their bakeries burned down for some reason. But anyway,
Gee, I wonder what he was trying to get across there.
Well, he wanted
nothing.
It's a fire sale. They had.
So anyway, he got this product. Mr. Gambino got this product produced, or his children, recently. 2 years. It's a king cake flavored rum liqueur, but it's not produced in New Orleans. It's contracted from Wisconsin, and nothing says rum like Wisconsin, right? So
Maybe cheese, but
you know why? But I'll tell you why they're doing it in Wisconsin, because the cream.
Dairy farms.
That looks wonderful.
I wonder if that's the same people. I wonder if that's the same people behind that. What was that thing you and I had? We bought from Trader Joe's, that barley wine. Maybe it's from the same company.
No. It's a company that only does like cream products.
So
now, that's that.
Wisconsin.
If you go to the store and buy this, the low price is going to be $26. The normal price is going to be $30. But just last week, I found the bottle for $10.
Where?
$10.
Always get these deals, man.
Yeah.
How you do it, Jay? I don't know how you do it.
$10.
$10. All right. So
well, Mr. Was it Joe Cobb in Nova Scotia? You ought to get those LED lanterns like I got, battery operated. They're not big. When you pull it out by the handle, it's very bright. LED lanterns, and I love the smoked and pickled herring they make up there in the Maritime provinces. So, cheers to smoked and pickled herring.
I had pickled herring in Amsterdam once. My wife wouldn't kiss me for 2 weeks.
No, I like oily fish. It's good for you.
I'm not going to touch that line. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, stay safe. Good luck. Hey, listen. All I gotta say is, as long as Tom Selleck doesn't advertise the clapper for the holiday season, clap on, clap that clapper, and then they got the old lady that has their hand. Unless he does a chia pet with the mustache, put the chia seeds on his upper lip. Yeah. That would be funny. Remember when they did it to Obama?
the chia pet.
They had the chia Obama.
I I remember.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I hate hazy, hot, and humid.
You would really hate Louisiana. I think you would really hate Louisiana. Now, Jean-Pierre came to Louisiana, but it wasn't so hot when he came, I don't think.
No.
Yeah. Now, you told me, Ronald,
I think there was a storm pending on its way when I got back to Mobile. I think Sally might have been on his way, possibly. I don't know.
now, Mr. Tirio,
2020.
James, you said what?
Mr. Tirio, you said that only a certain peninsula in your state can support tropical fruit trees, but you cannot. They won't make it in your backyard. You said a certain peninsula.
It's only the Plaquemines Parish Peninsula at the mouth of the river where they grow tropical fruit because it doesn't freeze there.
Really? So that
The map of Louisiana there. If you look at a map of Louisiana and you'll see one little, it looks like a finger sticking out in the water.
Okay.
And that's Plaquemines Parish.
So little baby peninsula, and it doesn't freeze. They don't get frost there at all.
No, it's about 50 miles long and about 10 miles wide. But if you live out there, you just better pray that a storm doesn't hit that peninsula. Because you know what's going to happen. If you
that's another talk show. What happened to you?
Like Cape Hatteras. It's
Yep, it juts out.
I mean, when you're stuck out there in the Gulf, you got no kind of chance. You just wait.
My late aunt and uncle used to dread evacuating the Florida Keys every time they announced that something was coming, and because there was no real suitable shelter there, so to speak. And then some people stood, the ones that have their homes on concrete pilings, so that the flood water can rush underneath, which is how they're building the homes now. But if I was the insurance company, I would say, hey, you better build the homes the right way. They must have got really tired of paying out. But anyway, if you go to Plaquemines Parish, most of the homes are elevated about 12 feet off the ground. Yes. Plaquemines Parish. Mr. Plaquemine, I hope his arteries were in good condition, or if it was loaded with plaque. But anyway, I don't know if I'm doing a show tomorrow night. It's pending whether or not I'll be out of YouTube prison. They put me back for an old show that, in other words, don't say it. Yeah, don't describe. I won't describe. I won't say anything. All I gotta say is, I don't put topics in the title of my shows. I don't put topics in the description or the title anymore. I just have some kind of generic thing, but no specifics, because they are really cracking down these social media platforms. The censorship, First Amendment violation, censorship crap is really getting bad. It really is. Hopefully, I mean, what am I going to do? No matter what I say, I could rant on and on YouTube. It doesn't matter. They're going to do what they do. Same thing with the rest of them. But so hopefully I'll be out. And that's it. But they took off the Christmas video from that when I was at my sister's house, because my sister said 2 words on the video. Don't say it. Don't repeat it. No.
Did you say Merry Christmas? I mean, what did you say?
No.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
No, nothing like that. I was holding one of my brother-in-law's snakes and playing with it, and I was talking to them, and she brought up my brother that goes on these rants, but I won't say anything. And they're sensitive topics that you can't really talk about. So anyway, here's the map. Oh, you got a lot of peninsulas.
Right.
Where
do
are
you see
you?
the one? Do you see the one in the southeast that says Point Alahash, Buras, Venice, Pilot Town? You see that yellow peninsula called Plaquemines?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's so far south, it sticks out in the Gulf so far that it doesn't freeze down there. So they grow oranges, tangerines, satsumas, persimmons,
Mangoes.
any kind of thing. But the problem is if a hurricane comes across there, oh man, it's like
Well,
now
they're surrounded. Well, not surrounded. They have water on three sides. So
Right.
you have the reflection of the sun's radiation when you have the more water you have around the landmass. I see how it could be everting.
But for whatever reason, the storms usually miss it. They don't hit it. Now, if you see New Orleans is the green right next to the water. New Orleans is right next to the water, So when those storms come across the Gulf and come into New Orleans, all that water gets pushed into the city, and that's what happened in 2005. It just had a wall of water come flood everything, But and I showed you, James. I showed you a photo of what was in the lake right close to 6 miles from my house. This past week, what people saw in the lake right next to their boat, which was a manatee.
A manatee, a very friendly manatee. Now Avery Island, where they grow the Tabasco, where they ferment the Tabasco sauce, that is very close to Louisiana.
Very close in Louisiana, but it's about 20 miles from the Gulf. Yeah, so it's all right there close to the Gulf also. So Avery Island is exposed. It's in the middle of a swamp. I mean, when you drive to Avery Island, you might think you're in Brazil driving through the rainforest,
Jeez.
It's a beautiful look. I would say the state of Louisiana is a beautiful place.
Yeah. Avery Island is so isolated. It's so isolated that it has its own post office because it's too far from anywhere else. All right.
Well, somebody has to go get the mail. I mean, it has.
They even have their own little. Have their own little school for the children that work at the. The parents work at the Tabasco. They have their own
the Tabasco. School. They have a Tabasco school, really? I mean, what are they? The lunch cafeteria must be very hot and spicy. Everything on the menu, right?
Well, I mean, you don't want to drive the children 45 minutes just to get to the school. They just have a little thing there. All right, now Jean's been to Louisiana. He liked it, and we had a good time.
It's a beautiful place. Like I said, I always said of all the places I would live, obviously my home state of Jersey, where I'm at right now, and I would say Louisiana. I wouldn't mind. I can deal with the heat. I can deal with the 10 days of winter that does come through there. 10 days of winter, so which is very rare.
20 days.
Right. So, it would be, like I said, I have to be aware of these storms. I know what I got myself into. Any of us, you live in the Gulf Coast. Look, you're not safe from any weather. Let's just put it that way. Live in the Northeast, you're dealing with snowstorms and blizzards, and the South, and hurricanes and earthquakes and whatnot. So
we got nor'easters, up here, nor'easters.
So you just take it as it can, you deal with it.
Yeah, but when it's real winter and the snow is powdery and it's not damp and compacted, the air is so crisp and clean.
Right.
To breathe that winter air in when it's dry,
And it's good walking weather.
Can that kind of weather cause people with asthma to suddenly drop dead though?
Yes. Yes.
That's what I thought.
It's not-
If you have
not
asthma and you go out in that super dry air, that happened to the mayor of New Orleans in 1989. The mayor of New Orleans was on one of those few days in Louisiana where they had the super dry air. And he was at a party and he went out to his car and he went to get in his car and he breathed in that super dry air and he dropped dead in front of his car. But he had asthma, you see. So.
He was an asthmatic, yeah. Some people grow out of it, but not everybody.
He was only he was only about 58 years old.
That's pretty young.
So, like I said, fun hangout this evening. James, Claude, T, always fun. I just uploaded a video of the Scoutflaw, the interrogation coffee milk stout. That's up on my channel right now, as well as 3 other reviews I've done. So take a look at that. I have a couple other things that I have. Jay, and I'll mention to everyone, I got the Nitro coffee milk stout. I haven't reviewed that one yet. The Samuel Smith India Ale. The Highland one, the black mocha stout, I had already done a review of it previously, so I'm kind of debating if I do a rehash of that from Highland Brewing in Asheville, North Carolina. So I may, depends on how I feel, but I will do some shopping this weekend to see what I can get. This is what I have. I bought this. I've been kind of on the fence. I've been doing a lot of chiladas, but I've been on the fence with these mixed cocktails. But I've done a few of them previously. This is the one I bought the other day, and I'm going to review this. This is the Zing Zag Bourbon Whiskey Sour.
That looks good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I know a little bit about that.
That looks good.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. $2.99 for a 4-pack of this at the store I bought it.
You sure it's bourbon?
That's what it says. Made with premium Kentucky.
$2.99. That's like free. That is amazing. That's like the Ham's beer of bourbon whiskey sours or something.
That's what they say. Made with premium Kentucky bourbon whiskey. So, and
$2.99 a 4-pack. Did I get that right? $2.99 a 4-pack.
$2.99 for yes. I was talking to the guy at Tower, and he's saying right now they said there's been so much beer and liquor they've been getting in the state of Georgia, they don't know what to do with it. And right now, some like the Harpin, a rye IPA, 6-pack bottles, $4.99. I should have gotten it, and I'll probably still get it.
Harpoon IPA is a good one. Yeah. Well, look, we got to go to Claude, and then we got to close it out because I got a college football related issue.
Yeah, Virginia, Syracuse. Yeah, that let's hope is close. Let's hope.
You guys were all talking about where you live and everything. 30 years ago, my wife and I left New Jersey. We drove 3,000 miles, got out of the car, climbed the wall, and we moved to the Soviet Socialist state of Southern California, just because the winters are so nice there.
Yes.
Okay,
I can imagine.
Well, it's dry. No mosquitoes.
No mosquitoes, no humidity. I mean, it's our average temperature is 72 degrees a year. As long as you never talk politics, religion, sex, or the latest diet with anyone, you're on safe territory. Usually.
Yeah, my friend lived in Chula Vista, which is south.
I know Chula Vista, sure.
And then Tijuana was a blast. Of course, we went to restaurants. And took me Ensenada. Ensenada is a big seaport. I mean, a commercial fishing port in northern Baja.
Oh, it's great. We used to run over the border and get a big bottle of Kahlua or tequila or something like that. Right now, they're still settling a little cartel war, so it's not on my travel itinerary right now.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
It's enjoyable. I do beer with Claude on Saturdays, 6 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock Pacific. Basically, we drink beer and we talk about anything except politics, religion, sex, and the latest diet. And we just solve all the problems of the world. It's very lighthearted. It's kind of like what you got right here, Ron. And Ron, thank you so much, man. I love your videos. I'm a devout fan. I so enjoy the blind taste tests with you and David. There's so much fun. You guys should go on the road with your comedy routine, man. So thank you.
But it's not a comedy routine. It's just the way we feel about it,
You guys are naturally funny, though. You just, I mean, the way David ribs you all the time, and you just let it, go right over. It's really, it's the most entertaining beer reviews on the internet, in my opinion.
The facial reactions between David when Jay says something, David gives that facial reaction
Hey, how come your pour is larger than mine? I mean, it's like two kids in a schoolyard, How come you always get more than me or something like that?
The recent one, the grading system y'all did recently, that was hysterical. F is this or this, the C, a B.
Right, because he always claims that I'm trying to cheat him, and I say I'm not trying to cheat you. What are you talking about? Like you're crazy, Right now, James is going to close us out with a musical accompaniment, and then we're going to be off the air, y'all.
I have all his records.
Jean-Pierre had his back turned.
Yes. I got the TV on, so sorry.
Oh, okay.
I have to turn the TV on.
Live from Juilliard School of Music.
Yeah, Juilliard. Tab? Oh, those are claps. Clap on the clapper.
I remember the old lady in the clapper commercial. She had the TV. Those commercials were funny,
Was that the same old lady that did "Where's the Beef"? Where's the beef? Remember that?
Oh God, what was that? Man. Wendy's?
Yeah, something like that. Or I like the Arby's guy. I bet that's Farouk from BattleBots. It sounds like him. We have the meat. The Arby's commercial.
Yep.
Yeah, boy. That was Wendy's heyday. That was back in Wendy's heyday when they used to have Where's the Beef. That was the good old days,
And guess what? There was beef in those burgers.
Was.
Do you guys ever see the Carl's Jr. commercial? This beautiful woman bites into that big burger and it gets all over her face and everything. Tell me that's not the best commercial ever,
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminded me over face. Oh, like the time George Costanza was at the tennis match and he had the ice cream sundae dripping down his face.
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
It gets me aroused to get a burger. But I guess that.
And the other guy from the Raymond Show is doing that other fast food place. What is it? JJ? I don't know. I can't even.
All right, folks. Well, it's been so fascinating, and we hope that by the end of this, in about 5 weeks, James P. Madonna will get treated well by these people who gave him 2 for 1. He didn't want 2 for 1; he wanted 2 for 2. And,
well, they're nice to me. It's just that they're knuckleheads. They, as Mo Howard would say, they're imbeciles. They instead of calling me and saying, "Would you like something else?" We don't have it. Don't give me duplicates.
No duplicates. No duplicates. All right. So we hope Tulane wins tomorrow night because they'll be 4-0.
And they will make the top 25.
I think
Yes.
Aaron Judge. I think Aaron Judge is. I think there's a Boston Yankees game tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go watch Aaron Judge hit number 61 in less than 154 games. That's what we need to be watching.
Yes.
All right.
If
Thanks.
you got Apple, if you got Apple TV, you're in luck. Yay!
I'm not paying. All right. Thanks, James P. Madonna. Thanks to me for hosting it. Thanks to Beverage Ramble for joining, and thanks to Claude Diamond for joining. We appreciate everybody joining, and we'll see y'all next week for another Fandango Friday. Day.
Fun.
Don't move from New Jersey because you get pizza withdrawal